Have you ever had one of those moments where your heart is racing for no reason? Like before a big exam, a job interview, or even when you're just lying in bed thinking about life. Your palms get sweaty, your stomach flips, your breathing changes. But why? No one touched you. Nothing physical happened. Yet your whole body reacted. What if I told you there's a hidden switch inside your body? A built-in system that controls your energy, your focus, even your emotions, without you even realizing it. It's called arousal. And no, this isn't just about what you think it is. This is deeper, bigger, more powerful. Arousal is your body's natural alertness system. The thing that tells your mind, hey, wake up, pay attention, act now. Or sometimes, relax, you're safe, slow down. Every second of your day, this system is running in the background, adjusting your heart rate, controlling your breathing, changing how focused or distracted you feel. It decides whether you're confident or anxious, calm or stressed, motivated or lazy. Imagine your life like a video game. The arousal system is your internal difficulty setting. Too low, you're bored, sleepy, unmotivated. Too high, you're anxious, overwhelmed, even frozen. But in that perfect middle zone, that's where flow happens. You're focused, sharp, alive. You feel unstoppable. Athletes call it the zone. Artists call it inspiration. Psychologists call it optimal arousal. Whatever the name, this state can change your life. And here's the best part. You can learn to control it. Most people never learn how their body truly works. They blame themselves for being lazy, unfocused, or too emotional. But what if it's not your fault? What if it's just a signal from your nervous system? Arousal trying to tell you something? This video is going to take you on a journey inside yourself to understand the science behind arousal, how it affects your thoughts, your choices, even your memories, and most importantly, how to master it. This isn't just about biology. It's about freedom, emotional freedom, mental freedom, and even physical freedom. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why your body reacts the way it does, you'll learn how to shift it, shape it, and use it to your advantage. So stay with me, because once you understand this hidden switch, you won't see yourself the same way again. Let's begin. What is arousal and why it matters? So let's break it down. What exactly is arousal? In simple words, arousal is your body's level of alertness or activation. It's how switched on your system is, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Imagine a volume knob in your brain. Turn it up and you feel energized, sharp, ready to move. Turn it down and you feel sleepy, lazy, maybe even a little numb. This isn't just about emotions. It's not just about fear or excitement. Arousal is the foundation of how we experience the world. It affects how you think, how you react, and how you perform every single day. Now here's something fascinating. Your arousal is controlled by a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. This tiny system acts like your brain's bouncer. It filters everything, sounds, smells, thoughts, and decides what you should notice and how strongly you should react. Have you ever heard your name in a noisy room, even when you weren't paying attention? That's your RAS working. It decides that your name is important, and suddenly you're alert. You're on. That's arousal in action. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's a concept in psychology called the Yerkes-Dodson law. It says there's a sweet spot, a perfect level of arousal, where your brain works best. Too low, you're bored, distracted, maybe falling asleep. Too high, you're anxious, overwhelmed, and everything feels like too much. But in that just right zone, you're focused, motivated, balanced. You feel like the best version of yourself. It's like tuning an instrument. If the strings are too loose, the music is flat, too tight, and they snap. But just the right tension? That's where the beauty lives. And the amazing part: your arousal level is always shifting. When you wake up, your arousal starts low. As you move through your day, it rises. When something stresses you out, it spikes. When you relax, it comes back down. And every one of these changes affects your decisions, your mood, and even your memories. That's why two people can experience the same situation so differently. One might panic, the other stays calm. It's not about strength or weakness. It's about where they are on the arousal scale in that moment. Here's something else most people don't know. Arousal isn't always about energy. Sometimes it's about focus. You can be full of energy and still feel scattered, or calm and feel completely in control. Understanding your arousal level gives you the power to respond, not just react. It gives you space to breathe, to think, to choose your next move wisely. And, trust me, that kind of control, it's life-changing. Up next, we're diving into how arousal actually feels inside your body, the physical signs, the emotional waves, and the secret messages your body is always trying to send. Let's go deeper. How arousal feels in the body. Let's paint a picture. You're walking down a quiet street at night. Suddenly you hear fast footsteps behind you. In a split second, your heart pounds, your muscles tighten, your breathing gets shallow, your senses sharpen like a blade. You didn't decide to feel this. It just happened. That's arousal. Your body's alarm system kicking in, getting you ready to fight, run, or freeze. But here's the thing. Arousal doesn't only show up in fear. It's there when you're excited, nervous, in love. Even when you're deeply focused on a task. Think about it. The butterflies before a first date. The shaking hands before a big performance. The rush of energy when your favorite song comes on. All of these are your arousal system flipping a switch, raising your alertness, heightening your focus, and preparing you to engage with life. Let's break it down even more. Physical signs of arousal. Heart rate increases. Your body pumps more blood to your muscles. Breathing speeds up. More oxygen means more energy. Pupils dilate. Your eyes open wider to take in more of the world. Sweat glands activate, keeping your body cool during high tension. Muscles tighten. Your body gets ready to move. This is evolution at work. Your nervous system preparing you for anything. It's been wired into us for thousands of years, but sometimes the threat isn't real. Sometimes it's just a thought, an email, a deadline, a memory, and your body. It reacts the same way. That's why you might feel exhausted after a stressful day, even if you never moved. Your body was running a marathon. Inside. Mental effects of arousal. High arousal can make your mind feel like a storm. You might struggle to think clearly, overthink small things, feel stuck in what-if thoughts, react without thinking. Low arousal, on the other hand, might feel like brain fog, lack of motivation, sleepiness even after rest, disconnection from your emotions. It's like your body is either running too fast or barely running at all. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Arousal also affects memory and emotion. Ever noticed how emotional moments stay with you longer? That's because high arousal activates the amygdala, your brain's emotional memory center. That's why first loves, heartbreaks, and major life events feel so vivid. They're soaked in arousal. And let's not forget the chemical messengers in this story. The arousal chemicals, adrenaline, instant energy, fight or flight mode, cortisol, the stress hormone, useful in short bursts, harmful in long ones, dopamine, the feel-good reward signal, linked to motivation, craving, and joy. These chemicals flood your system when arousal spikes. Sometimes they help you power through. Other times, they burn you out. That's why learning to listen to your body matters. When you feel wired, anxious, or shut down, it's not weakness. It's your body speaking a language most of us never learned to hear. But you're learning now, we're going to explore something powerful: how to shift your arousal, how to turn the dial up or down, and finally, take control of your energy, your focus, and your emotional state. Let's move from awareness. Mastering your arousal zone. Here's the part most people never learn, and the part that can truly change your life. You can control your arousal level. Yes, it feels automatic, and often it is. But with the right tools, you can actually shift it. You can turn the dial up when you feel low, and calm it down when you feel overwhelmed. Let's start with this idea. Arousal is like a wave. It rises, it falls, and just like a surfer, your job is to learn how to ride it, not drown in it. So how do you know where you are on the arousal scale? Here's a quick check-in. Are you feeling foggy, slow, unmotivated? That's low arousal. Are you tense, anxious, restless? That's high arousal. Are you focused, calm, energized? That's your optimal zone, the sweet spot. Now let's talk about how to shift your state. If your arousal is too low, you feel tired, bored, or stuck, move your body, jumping jacks, a quick walk, even stretching. Movement wakes up your nervous system. Cold exposure. Splash cold water on your face or take a cold shower. It triggers alertness instantly. Loud music or strong beats. Upbeat music can energize your brain and body. Sunlight and fresh air. Natural light boosts alertness. So does deep breathing in nature. Change your environment. Sometimes, just standing up, moving to a new space, or organizing your surroundings can create a mental shift. If your arousal is too high, you feel anxious, overstimulated, or stressed. Deep breathing. Try inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4, exhaling for 6. This calms your nervous system. Grounding exercises. Focus on your senses. Name 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. Slow movement, gentle yoga, stretching, or walking slowly while focusing on your breath. Disconnect. Step away from your phone, screens, and noisy environments. Silence can heal. Meditation or prayer. Even 2-3 minutes of quiet mindfulness helps regulate arousal. Here's the truth. Arousal isn't the enemy. It's not something to fight. It's something to guide. When you understand how your body feels at different levels, you gain awareness. When you know what to do with that awareness, you gain power. Athletes use this. So do public speakers, doctors, performers, and even soldiers. They all train to stay in their optimal arousal zone, because performance, mental or physical, depends on it. You don't have to be a professional to use this power. You just need to pause and pay attention. Before a big decision, ask, am I too high right now to think clearly? Am I too low to act? What does my body need to get back to center? It's like emotional martial arts. Learning to feel your own energy, then choosing how to respond with clarity instead of reacting with chaos. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Your body learns, your brain adapts, and soon you're not just surviving your days, you're shaping them. In the final section, we'll bring it all together, and I'll show you how this one concept can transform the way you live, love, and lead. Let's finish strong. Arousal is your superpower. So now, let's bring it all together. You've learned that arousal isn't just about stress or energy. It's your body's internal compass. It's the hidden rhythm behind every heartbeat, every decision, every emotion. It's not a problem to fix, it's a power to understand. The way your body responds to life isn't random, it's intelligent, it's ancient. And it's always trying to protect you, guide you, and keep you ready for what's next. But here's the twist. That same system, if left unchecked, can control you, make you freeze in fear, push you into burnout, or trap you in a loop of inaction. The choice is this. Do you live at the mercy of your nervous system, or do you learn to work with it, to shape it, steer it, and ride its waves like a master of your own energy. You don't need to be fearless. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware and willing to try. Because once you understand your arousal level, you stop blaming yourself. You stop calling yourself lazy when you're actually overwhelmed. You stop calling yourself weak when your system is just overloaded. You start treating yourself with compassion. And that, right there, is power. Now imagine what's possible if you truly applied this every day. You're feeling low and tired? You know how to spark your fire. You're overwhelmed and anxious? You know how to calm the storm. You're facing a big moment in life? You know how to find your center and rise with strength. This is more than a theory. It's a practice. And practice is what transforms ordinary people into extraordinary souls. So here's what I invite you to do, starting today. Pause at least once a day. Ask yourself, where am I on the arousal scale? Get curious. Don't judge. Just listen. Choose one tool from what we've learned. Move, breathe, adjust, shift, experiment. Learn what works for you. Keep going, because the more you listen to your body, the more trust you'll build within yourself. And when you have that trust, you're no longer at the mercy of life. You're in sync with it, aligned, calm, powerful. Arousal isn't just a system, it's your superpower. The key to your focus, your motivation, your emotional strength. Use it wisely. Use it kindly, and most of all, use it intentionally. If this video helped you see yourself in a new way, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, because this kind of knowledge isn't just information, it's transformation, and someone out there needs this message. Maybe more than you know. Until next time, stay aware, stay grounded, and stay in your power.